Well, hi folks, this is another clip focusing on the Whitsundays. This is a little trip that's really very suitable for a 1 night away or a 2 days away. And it also focuses on the famous Nara Inlet, which a lot of people like to go and see. So essentially this is a circumnavigation of Whitsunday Island with a longer day one, about 27 nautical miles, and a shorter day two, about 13 nautical miles. And that's purposely so people can get back to the airport. There's a lot of midday flights flying out. So this is really good for a weekend. People will recognise this is sailing away from Hamilton Island. You can see that in the background. A bit of wind would be helpful, but at least we can admire our nice refurbished headsail thanks to the guys at Allman Sails. Thanks, guys. And if anyone doesn't know, I just wanted to remind them of this resource. I mean, this is a fantastic book. I think if you're going to be up there for longer than a week, it's really, very useful. It explains the slightly strange, coral protection buoy system, but also gives hundreds of anchorages suitable for different winds and conditions. It's a great resource. This particular trip features like an early lunch at Whitehaven Beach. We won't go into this much. A couple of other clips have shown Whitehaven. It is a pretty tough place to stop for lunch. This trip involves a fairly long afternoon leg, going north along the side of Whitsunday Island, usually with the prevailing southerlies. This is a lovely reach, and as you can see, beautiful weather, fairly typical flat conditions. And this is coming round the point into Hook Passage. You'll see on the right the observatory gradually becomes more prominent. And as it opens up, you can see Mole Island in the distance. Another screenshot from Navionics. You can see Nara Inlet. It's very long, a couple of nautical miles. It's very narrow. Getting in there is the only difficult bit, but that's a very well marked little passage, so it should cause no problems at all. And once inside, it's often very flat water. Certainly if you've got guests that aren't, very used to sleeping aboard, this is a fantastic anchorage. Unfortunately, all too soon, we're heading back out. Clearly, it's a motoring in and out. There's not much wind in Nara Inlet. And looking back, you can see the protections from the hills around the inlet. The great news is fairly quickly after Nara, you're into the Whitsunday Passage, and there's good sailing through the passage. And again, it's fairly easy navigation getting back to Hamilton Island. Ahead you can see on the right the top end of Dent, which has got this amazing grove of coconut trees, very South Pacific.